Hey friends, so our grandson's colors for his school are right here, and I was going to do a blanket for him for Christmas because he's 18 and I thought, why not? He likes to cuddle up in blankets. So I looked at their school logo, and it is white with black and that yellow, and pretty close to the yellow, but I'm hoping it's not gold. But anyways, so I started out with so many stitches here where I almost ran out of the skein, and then I did 2 rows of white, yellow, black, yellow, white, and then I matched this. I think it's like 9 inches between the two. It should end up 40 inches wide. So I only have one more stripe section to go. So I'm on the 3rd black section like this, and then I'll do another section like this, and it will end like that. So that's what I've been working on today. Hey friends, happy Vlogmas day number 2. It is Tuesday, and I am sitting in an awkward position so I don't have to hold the camera, and I could record in my sewing room, but Nala has been out of sorts. She is our 2-year-old Siamese / calico, and she just was this morning just non-stop talk and didn't know what the deal was, so she crashed in there, so I don't want to wake her up. But we haven't had a Siamese before, so I'm thinking that that's part of their makeup, is that they talk a lot, and she wants to be loved so bad, but if you pick her up and stuff, she's still not too comfortable with it. But she'll flip-flop on the floor, let you pet her and all that stuff, and then she seems to settle down, and you play with her for a while, and then of course you got the orange cat Simba who wants to play too, and then they get to tearing back and forth, and then he gets a little roughhousing with her, and then she cries, and then he gets in trouble. But so started off this morning with my devotions, and then my Advent on the Jesus lessons, Christmas Advent. And I've been up since 7:15 because Miss Nyla woke me up, and Jerry got to sleep in, and so came out and made some coffee and turned all the lights on, the tree lights on and everything. It was 19 degrees here. We're supposed to get some more snow tomorrow, and Jerry was just out here a few minutes ago, and he said, I'm already over the snow. I understand. So he was gone this morning. He refurbishes old furniture, toolboxes, stuff like that, anything wood. It's a good 60 to 100 years old, and there's an auctioneer that they will do a one-time consignment, so you can bring in your stuff. You call them and they tell you which auction to bring it to. He called them yesterday and they said, how about bring it this morning, and he had to have it there. They were going to be there at 10 until noon, and so that meant he had to load up the trailer. He had to empty it out and uncover it with all the snow on and all that stuff. Loaded it all up, the car and the trailer, yesterday. This morning he took it out there. So next Thursday is the auction. He'll probably go out. But hoping he does quite well, because he could make a little bit of money, and that's all right because he buys it and he spends the time on doing it. So, and it frees up his area to do some more stuff. So, but this morning sat there and decided, you would have saw the clip of Landon's blanket. You know, if you're a crafter and you've ever crocheted or knit on black or cross stitched on black, it's a difficult thing to see. Nothing different on that big chunky thing either. But I looked up their logo, and they are Springs Valley Black Hawks, and it's an S and a V, and the background is white, and then the black surrounds the yellow of the S and V. And I said to Jerry, I said, well, I could do a white blanket with, you know, the black yellow stripes in it. He goes, no, he said he would rather have a black blanket, and probably most guys would. So that's what I did, and I started on it last night. And of course, there's so many on the stripes, you have to change the colors every 2 rows. And I'm new enough at this hand knitting, finger knitting blankets that trying to get my knots, when you connect them, to not show. A lot of people use what they call the burn method. Is you take the new color, clip the end of the yarn, and you take the old color and clip the end of it, and there's like a plastic that runs through it. I don't want to say wire, but it kind of like that, and you light the ends and then you push them together, and so you just have a single line that's easier to hide, because when you push them together, you roll it between your hands and stuff, and then you tug on it to make sure that it took. It only takes a couple seconds from what I've seen, and then that's easier to hide. Well, I'm doing the same idea that they do, except for I'm tying a knot, and the knots are still showing, because once you tie them and you clip off the excess, and you trim it down so it looks like it's all one, it still shows, because I'm new at this, and it's only on one side. Jerry says it'll be okay. So but I need to get, because they use your little butane lighters, and some ladies hand sew the stitches, the yarns together. Others tie knots, and others burn it. I saw a lady who overlapped it. I got a message, something about it's Giving Tuesday, where you overlap them and then you still burn them. But I told Jerry, I said, the next one, that if I have to change like stripes like that, I will probably get a little lighter and try that. So, but because most of the time you don't have to worry about that. So I started that, and it's going to be close if I'm going to need another black skein. So tomorrow we're going to go up to Grand Rapids. We're going to stop to Costco and get his glasses. They are in. Look for new glasses for me. My script hasn't changed, but I've had these glasses since 2023, and it'd be good to just get a new pair, so if anything happens, these are the backup. And then we're going to stop to Woodcraft for him. There's a couple of things he ordered that came in, and they've got the purple heartwood on sale. And then we'll go to Costco. Well, let's see, we'll probably go to Hobby Lobby first, because Costco is past Hobby Lobby. Go to Hobby Lobby, pick up another skein of black. That's not on sale this week, but you have to do what you have to do. And look at fabric. There is a group that I'm in that she does a New Year's Eve mystery quilt along. And of course, this month has flown by so fast. I mean, it's December 2nd, but still not even thinking about it. She put out, there is going to be one, but there's enough pre-work that you need to do before New Year's Eve so that you can get it done on New Year's Eve. So clue 1 came out. She did the fabric requirements. Clue 1 came out this week. And there is like 48 half square triangles you gotta sew together, cut and sew together. And then clue 2 will come out next week, I think she said. And I'm thinking the rest of them will come out, because there's only 6 clues, I think she said, will come out on New Year's Eve. And usually they, a clue drops every 2 hours. Well, there's only one size. Normally she does like 3 sizes. There's only one size. Well, take that back. There's 2 sizes. One size if you do the 2 borders, but if you don't do the 2 borders, then it shrinks it down a little bit. Well, I don't have it in front of me, but the largest size, I want to say it's like 96 by 108, 90 something by 1 something. So I went looking through my stash, and I do not have anything that, because the one border is over, it's like 2.5 yards. Now I do have some 3-yard cuts, but it's nothing that, you know, if I start putting things together with what the 5 fabrics that she suggests, and we were looking at this morning, and I really don't have anything. And so I told Jerry, I said, I just won't do it. I'm not going to go out to spend money just to spend. And he goes, well, he'll pay for it. And I gave him the look, and he goes, well, yes, it comes out of the bud, you know, the family money, he says. But if I'm willing to buy you fabric, then you can go get it. Well, y'all, it's going to cost around $100. And I can spend that $100 on other things at Christmas time and not fabric for me. Well, needless to say, we'll stop to Hobby Lobby. They have their fabric right now, I think, on sale for a little over $6 a yard. It's normally almost $9 a yard. So we'll look at the quality of it. I haven't seen their did I say yarn? Their fabric. So I don't know what that's like. So we'll look at that, and hopefully we can find 5 fabrics that go together there. And I will feel better because it's not costing so much, and he'll feel better because he's helping me out. So we are going to do that. And then I think we'll come home then after that. I don't think there was any other places to go. And our turkey that he bought, that he put in the refrigerator, that was frozen last Wednesday, that we're supposed to have Sunday, but we had to cancel it because of the storm, it's been frozen. It was still a little frozen today, but it's in the oven. And I think that because, you know, at first when it starts to cook, it smells good, but now it's got like the smoky smell, and I think it's kind of bothering him a little. I think it's because the pan he put it in isn't quite deep enough, and probably the juices are popping over and hitting the bottom. And I suggested that he put it on a bigger cooking sheet, but did he do that? No. So I got I told him, I said, well, put the vent on over the stove. He goes, well, that will just suck out the warm air. And I'm thinking, I told him, I said, you're smelling turkey mixed with smoke, like burnt smoke. I said, so I put the vent on low, and I've got my candle going. So I don't know how he's going to pick it up to get it out. It's a 20-pound bird. So needless to say, we're having turkey for supper. And we will definitely have leftovers. And we're talking about, well, we'll save some out for sandwiches and use it in a recipe or two. But the majority of it's going to get sliced and froze. And so, and it is our trash night tonight. So, you know, the carcass and everything can go right out, so we won't have to worry about that. But I did do my treadmill walk. You would have saw that. My friend, I told Jerry, said my friend must not be doing it today because I haven't received anything. So we always send each other every day we do it. And I figured, good, I don't have to do it today because I was kind of boo-hooey last night and today, missing the kids and everything, you know, over the holidays, and the idea of not being able to see them until the day after Christmas, you know. And, you know, Jerry's just like, well, there's nothing you can do about it. Well, you're right, there's nothing you can do about it, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't make your heart ache a little, you know, especially this time of year. Well, I sent her a picture of the blanket. And I said something about, I haven't walked, I don't know if I'm going to. And she came back on after a bit and she said, well, she walked probably this morning, her 30 minutes. And I said to her, I says, oh, poo. I sent her a little poo emoji. I said, now that means I have to. And she goes, well, yeah. I don't, you know, she wasn't saying I had to. So I had my lunch. I let that settle a little bit. And I got up and I did the 30 minutes. Now Jerry's on the treadmill. And I let her know. So, but you know, I have those bigger goals too, just like she does. You know, to get healthier, to be able to move better, to lose weight, of course, to feel good. So, So I haven't, what have I been doing today craft-wise? Well, not too much besides that blanket. If I was just working on that blanket, I would have had it I could probably have it done by tonight. But I'm trying to do all my advents that I started, and, you know, it's not going very well. So, but Mr. Jerry's Christmas sock, I showed you this yesterday. His first one is done. So I did start the second one. And this is the yarn. And this is from a Freckled Whimsy. And it's called Happy Little Christmas, a Christmassy, this is her yarn club, Christmas yarn club, her second year. This is December's, and this one is a 6-stripe repeat. It's on her Splendid base, which is her 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. 100 grams, 437 yards. And my friend Miss Jenny is in this club too, so that's why I hadn't shown it until she got her, that kind of did something, her skein. So I'm on the cuff yet. Well, actually the cuff is done. I just started 2 rows of the leg. So each row is about 5 stitches. So that means that I have for the leg 30 stitches to do. So I know that when I get, looks like to the green again, then I can start the heel flap and gusset for him. So my friend Jenny said that she forgot how nice it is, this gal's yarn, because it's so easy to work with, and she's right. I really love her yarn, and it is easy to work with. Then I'm doing a cross stitch advent, and it is 25 days, and I'm telling you, day 1 and 2 there has been a problem with each one of them, not from the designer, but from this person here. for some reason, and I've had to fudge it because I wasn't going to rip it out. But I don't think you'll tell. So, but here is day 1 and 2. So, and I don't know how much I'll get done tomorrow with us being gone. You know, we'll see. That's what weekends are for, to catch up, right? And then I'm doing an Advent sock, and I have it housed in my Grinch bag. I got this bag, I think, last year. And I love it's got all the Whoville inside there. And so I got, you're supposed to do a stripe a day. I don't have any extra needles. They're all being used. And so my extra needles are coming Thursday. So I only got one sock, and the other one will play catch up. But, so this is day 1 and 2. And I'm going to have to knit more than a stripe a day for it to get done in time. I think I'm going to do what I call a shorty pair. I'm going to do a cuff of 25 rows, and then I'll go right into the heel flap and gusset, and then the foot, and then of course the toe. And I counted out a pair, and that will get me her 24 stripes, because it's supposed to be a 24 stripe. And it's the same what I just said on the last one. So, but since it is a Advent, I'm not going to show what the whole thing looks like until it gets closer. So other than that, that's all I've been doing today. Just sitting here and trying to relax my legs from walking 30 minutes. I don't think it ever gets easier. I said to my friend, when does this ever get easier? Of course, the two of us have started from, well, I started from 7 minutes. And now this is like the second day for me of doing 30. I think my friend has done 30 a little bit longer than me. Maybe a week longer than me. And I think that's what we're going to stay at for right now. I can always, if I feel like it gets too easy at 30, I can bump my speed up, because my speed is still, people would consider it slow, you know, 1.3. But until I get some more weight off this body, it's better than nothing. So, and I love the idea that I have somebody that motivates me because they do it. And I know that she doesn't like doing it either. But sometimes you got to do what you don't like to do. So it's starting to get dark out again. Of course, it's getting that time of day. It's probably after 3, you know, by 5 o'clock it seems like it's pitch black here. But I wanted to hop on and wish you happy Vlogmas Day 2. And oh, my Advent puzzle came in a day early. I was so excited because I thought, good, I can do the Advent puzzle, because I've done that, I think, for 2 years. It's not an Advent puzzle. It's a regular puzzle of Advent things in it. So you would have to, you know, it's 1,000 pieces, so you'd have to spread it out on the big table. And y'all, I have 2 new cats. Now, they leave our Christmas trees alone, but when there's things sitting on the table, like where I'm working right now, they jump up and they like to they leave everything else alone, but it's that table. So I hate to disappoint, but we won't be doing that Advent this year. I could order another one, but man, they're just, They won't get here until maybe Monday or Tuesday, and then we're into 8 days behind. So I'm just not going to do it, sorry. And then the teas I was supposed to get isn't here, and now it's not going to be here till Friday. So I'll have 9 days of teas that I have to open up to see what they are. So either that, or I will wait until day 12 and open up, or whenever they get here, open whatever day it is and open that on down, and then finish out the month of December with the other ones just to see what they are. But you know, everything's getting backlogged. It's that time of year, and that's why I need to get that gift done, because we have to ship it to him and we want to make sure he gets it in time. And the way everything's going, you know. So yeah, I'm just looking at the birds out there. So sorry guys, I didn't vlog very much today like yesterday. Maybe because I was tired, and maybe because emotionally I miss my kids and my grandkids, and maybe y'all understand that have loved ones that are far away and you can't be with them, and they can't be with you as often as you'd like. And we learn to adjust to it, but this time of year it makes it extra difficult. So, but tomorrow we'll be vlogging from in the car and everything, so it'll be kind of like a car vlog till we get back home. And then I will show you the fabrics, hopefully, that we get, and whatever else might come our way. So thanks for stopping by, my friends, and visiting me on Vlogmas Day 2. There's a lot of other Vlogmases out there, so I'm not for sure how many actually see this. Well, I can kind of tell. It tells me in the back part of doing this, but I usually don't look at it, and because I can see how many views, just like you can see how many views. So, but anyways, till we can meet again, see you on Vlogmas Day 3.